What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? We are back from vacation, and Ashley is putting the kid to bed, so I have Miss Other Kid right here with me.
Hi.
Here. Well, actually, nobody's on, so you don't need to hear anything. But, yep, this is Bella, oldest one. She's 9, and what did you do today, Bells?
Oh, I went to Splashdown.
Splashdown is a local water slide park, and she is tired today. So she had a lot of fun. And see, everybody's going to be talking back to you right here. This is where the chat comes, Bells. So,
Okay.
see, Hadley, his name is Justin. He just said hello to you.
No.
But, yeah, so we're back from our vacation. Had a few exciting times, some good, some bad. But we'll get into some of that stuff in a little bit. I sent a bunch of people some links, so anybody in here, if you guys haven't gotten a link and you guys would like to come on, just let me know. But other than that, we will see, and now his name is Rob, and he just said hello to you as well.
Hi, Rob.
And so, but yeah, so we're gonna have some fun, but again, we usually try to stay on here about an hour and a half. That's kind of our goal every night. We don't want to be on here for too long, taking up too much of everybody's time, because I know it's late for some of you guys, as well as, it's tougher for us to be on for an hour and a half with kids and stuff in the house. So, but anyways, so for everybody who doesn't know that just came in, we went on a trip to Colorado, starting, when did we leave? Wednesday of last week? Wednesday of last week. And we got back on Monday this week. We went there to climb a mountain that's 13,402 feet high. It's about 3.6 or 3,600 meters or something like that, I think is, or no, let's see, what is it? 3,600 meters? Something like that. 3,700 meters? I don't know, something like that. But anyways, we went and climbed this mountain. And it's in Colorado. It's actually named after my great-great-great-grandfather. So it would be your great times 4 grandfather, Bella. It's Mount Rhoda. It's in the San Juans. If anybody wants to look it up, it's just north of Durango and like only a few miles south of Silverton, Colorado, kind of in the southwest corner of it. But yeah, it's only 7 for you. I know, it's the same for us, Justin, and we actually might be having our time frozen in daylight savings as well, so we might not be switching every year like you guys do there in Arizona. I would love for that to happen, because when it gets winter and our time changes, it stinks, because it's like dark at like 3:30. Oh, there's Ashley and Colin. Colin, say hi. Hi.
Who's all on right now?
We've got Justin and Rob on right now. There's 4 people on there, but Justin and Rob are chatting with us and stuff, and Bella's hanging out. She was telling them what she did today. Went to the water park.
Cool. You want to say goodnight to your boy?
All right, night, buddy. Give me a hug. Love you. Have a good night. You sleep well. So, I know. I would love for that to happen here, Justin. If we never changed our time for daylight savings, I would be in heaven. But yeah, I guess you can always wish, right? And I did fly the drone while I was there, and there had to have been we saw 50, 60 waterfalls up there.
Yeah,
everywhere you look, there's a waterfall. There's just water coming down a cliffside everywhere. Which one was your favorite, Bose? Was it the one at the beginning of the hike, or was it the one like right when we started going way up?
I don't know.
I liked the one that was right when we first started going way up. It's actually at the end of our last vlog. It's the one where the water kind of went over and then hits something and disperses and then falls down again.
Yeah.
I really liked that one, but there was some crazy stuff. There's still a ton of snow up there. I mean, it was hard to. It actually made it tougher to get up the mountain. It was so bad. But and the elevation was getting to me really, really bad. In fact, I'll just say now, we posted kind of the lead up to the climb on our vlog on Tuesday, and then the vlog for tomorrow will be the rest of the climb and everything like that. And then I'm going to put a lot of the drone footage on video on my Droning About Northwest channel as well. Justin, I got quite a few of the waterfalls and a lot of the snow and all that stuff. It's going to be in my droning video, but yeah, there'll be a bunch of stuff on our next vlog as well, interlaced in between. And then, let's see, I just about wrecked my drone into a telephone wire in Provo, Utah, which is also on that last vlog. I mean, we're talking less than 6 inches, probably no more than about 2. That's how close I got to that telephone wire. Like, it takes up 3/4 of the view in the camera at the point where I'm the closest to it. It was scary. Like, it was really scary. But and the thing is I looked around for power lines, and I was like, oh, okay, there's that one. But I didn't see there's like some guide wire that's really thin on the top going from post to post. I never even saw that from the ground. And so I was flying, all of a sudden it's like it just came into my view. It's scary. But I didn't hit. Don't worry, Justin, I never hit it. It's all good. Drone is still good, but it was one of those freak out moments where I was like breathing hard and was like, okay, I'm going to stop for right now. I'm done. But, yeah, and then we had some car problems. Learned a lesson. I learned a lesson about cars. And I know you, Justin, and we're going to talk about the car problems once Ashley gets here and everything, and we're able to do our little bit of a story time. But I know you, Justin, are going to probably just like do this thing when you hear what the car issues were, because I know you'll probably be like, oh, because I'll lead into it and I'll let you guess. I bet you would guess what it is. But we came back. It's super hot here right now, although it's not as hot as some of you guys are dealing with. It's like low 90s during the day. And let's see, what else happened? We got our camping trip coming up, not this weekend but the next. Bella's school is starting in a month. One month from tomorrow.
No.
Yep.
I don't want to go back to school yet.
Oh, Rob, dude, you guessed it. Yeah, car problems. It was the air filter. Dude, really? School started already in Arizona? See, you're lucky, Bells. They already have school going on.
Yay.
That's nuts. But, yeah, our air filter. So we were going over a pass that was almost 11,000 feet high. And our air filter it wasn't really super, super bad. But because of the high air and the air filter being bad, our car just stalled. And it stalled and it died. And then I was like trying to start it up and it stalled and died. And yeah, we ended up getting saved. Oh, and I thought I had changed the air filter when right before we left. I got an oil change and all this stuff. I thought I had changed the air filter. They changed the cabin air filter, not my actual air filter for the engine. Yeah, so lesson learned, I guess. That won't be happening again next time we climb the mountain, which our family actually does every 6 or 7 years. But yeah, and by the way, again, Justin, Rob, if you guys want to come in and hang out, I sent you guys a link, and you guys are more than welcome to come on in and hang out with us and say hi. But let's see, what else do we got going on? I, for the first time in I don't know, since February, have no drone jobs coming up in the next week and a half, and haven't done a drone job in over a week. For the first time in a long time. All right, sounds good, Justin. Yeah, you can come on after you eat dinner. And Justin, that's exactly what I did. I just pulled the air filter out until we got down, and then I went and bought a new one down in. Once we get in lower elevation, I went out and bought a new one and put it back in.
Dad, I'm gonna go outside.
Okay, that's fine. All right, my co-host is abandoning me. She's already tired. Oh, she was wanting to go outside and play because she sees her friends outside. But yeah, and driving with an air filter, I know that's not the best thing to do, but it was better than not driving at all. That's cool, Justin. Glad you got some stuff going on. I have a wedding coming up in 4 weeks. It's 4 weeks away. Let's see. No, it's 4 weeks away from this weekend. So 4 weeks and a couple days, I have a wedding coming up. But I don't have any real estate going on right now. It's kind of nice at the same time because I don't have extra work to do. But at the same time, it's I miss it. I like doing at least one of those or so a week. So, what's up, Rob? Yeah, ask that question. Go ahead. And then we got. Oh, by the way, we also have some people coming over this weekend. We have some friends in town from South Carolina, right? South Carolina?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. No, Rob, I do not fly during the ceremony. And every time somebody talks to me about a wedding, I always tell them I will not fly during the ceremony. Like, it's not even their choice. Like, oh, we're okay with it. No, I don't want to fly during the ceremony. That for one, there's so many people that I'm flying over and could cause problems there. Two, it's like most ceremonies are longer than my drone battery is. And so there's going to be somebody who's going to sit there and say, oh, but you didn't catch the part I wanted. As well as just most people don't want to hear that during their ceremony. So multiple reasons why I don't want to fly during the ceremony. So I do a lot of stuff before. Like, well, I can go over it. So what I do is I get there like about when they start setting up. And I'll do a lot of my basically location shots. You know, what makes the location nice, flying over, you know, their setup of the, you know, where they're going to actually walk down the aisle. And this is for outdoor weddings. Because doing an indoor wedding drone might be better for Justin and his FPV drone than my drone. But outdoor weddings, I do a lot of location shots before the wedding happens. And then I'll do some shots as the groomsmen are getting ready and groom are getting ready, bridesmaid and bride and all that stuff. Kind of just like what a photographer will do. You know, they do a lot of shots before the wedding happens and stuff. I'll do a lot of shots with them, different things. So the great thing is that I can do that a camera person can't is I can get motion in my shots and they can't. So they have to have everybody do poses where I can have people do goofy things. Trying to drag the groom back or, you know, trying to kidnap the groom and throw him in the back of a car. That kind of fun stuff. But, and the camera person, they can only catch one moment, but I can catch the actual whole scenario, and it's just kind of fun. And then after the ceremony, I will do some stuff with them. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I would love to come in here at some point.
Oh, hey, what's up, Rob?
Hi, Rob.
Oh, let me get your window on here.
Guess I can't.
All right, go ahead and say something.
I can't hear you guys.
Oh, you can't hear us?
Now?
Uh-oh.
Oh, there you go. Okay, got it.
All right.
Don't just have
Can you
this
guys hear me all right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
All right.
Can you hear me all right?
Just fine, Ashley.
Okay, because I am getting over a cold, so I'm probably not going to talk too much tonight because I'm
All right.
losing my voice. So.
Well, the other thing is Ashley has decided to smoke 5 packs a day for the last week and a half.
You need to stop that, Ashley.
Oh, I'll try. So sorry.
She's trying to work her way up to 2 cartons a day. You know,
I got my tea though, so.
she was trying to say, you know, if I can't spend $100 on cigarettes a day, then I'm not living.
Yeah.
I love you.
The reason I asked that question, Mark.
Yeah. Yep.
Is, I've had several people ask me, well, can you film while the ceremony's going? And I tell them, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Well, why not? I said, because everybody in the chairs are going to be like this.
Yeah, because you hear the buzzing. Bzzz.
Yeah.
Because they hear the drone. And I said, I don't want to be a distraction. This is your moment.
Yeah.
This is not the drone's moment. This is your moment.
I will have to say, there was one wedding that we actually saw where they had the drone during the ceremony, but it's only because the location that they were at was loud.
Yeah, it was a waterfall.
It was a waterfall.
And so you can hear the waterfall over the drone even at the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't hear the drone at all. You could hear the waterfall. But I think they even had speakers, though, too, so you could hear them talk. Because you couldn't hear even... I mean, from our distance, I'm sure... We don't know what they had. But we could just see them from a distance, and they had that... What was it? A Phantom or something? A big white one.
Yeah, it was a Phantom. But it was a Phantom 3.
Yeah.
It was a Phantom 3 standard, I think, is all they were filming with.
Oh, yeah. And then you're going to get a lot of noise from that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the one thing that another thing I think about with ceremonies is now if you have like a Mavic Pro Zoom or something like that, it's fine. But honestly, you're going to have to get pretty close to people to get a decent shot during the ceremony, and you're going to be like blowing her veil and dress around and like knocking off Uncle Jeff's toupee and all that stuff or whatever. It's not going to be a great moment, I think.
Yeah.
So
Hadley says he can barely hear me.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I might have to turn you up. Are you able to?
Hold on. Let me change my mics up.
Oh, hi, Hadley. Didn't see you said hi to me.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get Rob.
And don't forget to push that like button when you guys come in, you guys. So it really helps us out.
Let me see here if I can't get you.
Is that better?
No, I think it's. Hold on.
Is it our side again?
Hold on.
We've been having issues with
My snowballs are right in front of me. Well, last time I tried to come on, I couldn't even get on.
Well, I think that was a YouTube thing last time because it was having issues with Sean too. Yeah,
last time it was. I don't know. They're starting to do their whole phase out of Hangouts right now. We're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So.
In fact, it's supposed to be done in a couple of days, isn't it?
Well, they're already saying that Hangouts won't work with it. So.
Great.
Yeah, I'm.
Oh, Adley says that's better, I think. Whatever you did.
Is it better?
There we go. All right, go ahead and say something now.
Is it good? Sound good?
Yeah, it's a little better.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Can you
check,
hear
check.
me now? check. Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
There we go. Okay, I think
Sibilance.
All right, I put a little bit of a filter on you. It's you've got quite the gain.
Oh, you're filtering me now.
Yeah, I'm filtering you. Yes.
Yeah, you better watch what you say, Rob.
I know, Jesus.
All right, we got you going into yellow now, so we're good.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, so, I mean, I haven't been here because I was putting the boy to bed, but did we talk at all about Colorado yet?
Yeah, honestly, I think, was it you, Rob, or was it Justin? One of you guys already guessed that it was the air. They already it was Rob guessed the air filter. And I'm sure Justin was probably thinking the same thing because he's worked on vehicles for so long in his life. But, he guessed it was the air filter that went bad.
Yeah.
Well, I got to say, I did watch the video, so.
Oh, so then you cheated.
I cheated.
Oh, man. Well, it was funny, too, because while we're climbing, you have to breathe with your mouth because the air...
Yeah, the air gets very thin up there.
Yeah. And so when we got back to the hotel, like my throat started feeling kind of raw almost, and I could feel it in my sinuses. So I was like, well, maybe it's the air, maybe it's the high elevation kind of thing.
Yep.
And then by the next morning, when we woke up, I think it was, the next morning we actually drove out again, back home. And that's when I started feeling a little worse. And by the time we got to our hotel, I had just lost my voice. Like, it was starting to get kind of scratchy. And I'm like, Russ, I think I'm getting a cold. And I think at that point still you were like, no, I think it's just a high elevation. You'll get better once we get home. And I woke up Monday morning feeling like death. Oh my God. It was like, nope, this is a cold.
And looking like it. No, I'm just joking.
Shut up. And I know.
I'm so bad.
Right? I'm so loved, Rob.
I
so
have
loved.
speaking of death, I have a death wish, evidently.
Yep. But yeah, so I drove the first, like, what, 1/3, 2/3? I don't know. But yeah, I was just like, I can't. I just couldn't brain. I couldn't brain at all. But I even went to work like this too when I got back because it was end of the month processing at my work. So it's like, I have to be there.
Oh.
So I was just like this at my screen. I'm just like, I can't think right now. I'm like, what am I doing?
That was me today at work. I was like, do I have to be here? I don't want to be here.
Oh my God, yeah.
Man, I was at work today and I was just like, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Yeah.
Good for you, Russell. Butthole.
Oh, no,
I would have chosen a stronger word, but.
Well, he's my husband.
Oh, so you got to be nice to me?
That's my excuse,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, or like his dad always tells me, shh, just don't talk.
Yeah, my dad does say that to her.
Oh.
She's like, Brian, blah, 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 blah. And he's
I
like,
tease him all
Ashley,
the time.
shh, just don't talk. Or he does this. He goes, Ashley, whatever you were doing about 4 minutes ago, you should do more of that.
Ooh.
And then you wonder where his humor comes from. Humor.
Yeah.
Humor.
Yeah, humor.
I like that.
Humor. Oops.
But oh man, and the other thing, I thought so before that air filter went off. If you watched the vlog, you saw like the popcorn.
Yeah.
I thought I lost a tire. It was so loud. It was just like.
Oh, it'll start backfiring. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Because
just
it's not getting enough air. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I had blown a tire or a backfire or something, but it was just the popcorn bag exploding in high altitude.
Oh, that was hilarious. Oh my gosh. I wish everyone was there to see that. That was amazing.
Yeah. And oh, by the way, do you know where our thing is from Art that we got?
Oh yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yes. So the guy who saved us with our air filter, because I knew like when our car died, I was like already talking about, oh, it's the darn air filter is clogged up. I guarantee that's what it is. High elevation.
Bucket.
Yeah.
Oh, I took that already to him.
It was in the bucket.
Well, it's not there anymore. I took it out of the bucket.
Well, then
But
I don't know where it's at because it was in the bucket.
Well, I'll get it in a second, hon. But so, like when as I was pulling over, I already knew what it was, and so I sat there and I was like, okay, well we only had like 800 feet to make it up to the top of the pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to add something there. By the way, this man, when he gets frustrated or mad or concerned about something, he shuts off. Like, he totally does not say a word. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, what is going on? Please talk to me. Russ, please talk to me. Russ? And he's like, shh. Try to figure it out.
I was trying to listen to the car.
If you already knew what it was, tell me. Just like, I think it's the air filter. That's all you have to say.
I know. I had a feeling it was, but I was trying to listen to the car first.
Russ, you didn't do it, did you? You didn't go, shh.
No. I think it was
Just
more
about.
like, look out your window and be quiet or something like that. It was a little less nice. But I'm going to go find this thing really quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
I don't know where it's at. But yeah, it was kind of a hectic moment. But
Yeah.
thankfully, sorry, Russell's area is kind of a mess. And I call this Russell's area because I'm never in here. But but no, that was kind of crazy. And what was sucky too is because he takes my car to Perfection Tire to get the oil changed, and they're
Right.
supposed to check the air filter. I think you took it with you, babe, because it was in the bucket.
I know, but I took it out of that because I knew
You
that
took it
was
out.
supposed to stay here. It's here.
It's probably upstairs. Uh-oh.
Well, you took his truck though, right?
What?
No, we took my car.
Oh, okay. All right.
But no, gosh, it was just such a hectic moment. But thank goodness that art guy was there. I don't know what we could have done because we had no tools. We were trying to use my pocket knife. We were trying to use my cuticle clippers to try
Oh,
and yeah, we tried to open it up with cuticle clippers.
Oh God.
Excuse me. Yeah, it was sad because I told Russ, I'm like, if you ruin these, it's okay. I can buy a new pair. It'd be less expensive than it would be breaking my car. So, Russell.
Oh, Ashley, you sound like
I
you're
can't talk. I'm so sorry.
you sound like you're losing your voice a little bit, hon.
Just a little bit, honey. I think you took it with you, babe.
I really didn't. Trust me. I'm just looking. I wanted to show everybody.
Well, I put it in your dad's bucket because I thought we wanted to take it to the cabin.
No, it's here.
But you know what? This is the things that you'll always remember.
Yeah.
Always remember.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's why we have it on YouTube because it's like my memory's shot all the time. Like I'm unfortunate to have like a really bad memory, and my brother, who's probably on here right now watching, who is not commenting because he just texted me and said he sees me live. He will call me blonde all the time, and so I just
The blonde moment.
I decided to go with the fitting, you know. It's like if I'm gonna act blonde, I might as well sound or look blonde too, right?
No, you're not the blonde that everybody says the blonde about.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks. No, I think it's just my brother. And like I told everyone that he teases me too, is he teases me because he wants to make himself seem smarter.
Well, that's a sibling thing too.
Yeah,
actually.
sibling thing. Yep.
Yeah. It's always it's a continuous competition.
Right.
Continuous competition.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Joel, you are watching right now. You know you're very welcome to comment, right? Instead of texting me. He's texting me his comments right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I'm like looking down at my phone. I'm like, okay,
So
he's commenting with
Joel?
what I'm saying. Yeah, his
Joel,
name's Joel.
right?
Joel.
Man up, Joel. Man up.
Yeah.
Put it in the chat, Joel. Come on.
Put it in the chat. Push that like button, Joel. Dang nabbit. Gosh, Russ is still looking for that darn box. So it's pretty much just a jewelry box. It's like to hang. Oh, he says he's watching it on Xbox. Hey, Russ, can you
Oh, is he
comment on
watching
YouTube through Xbox?
I don't know.
No, you can't.
Oh.
You can't on Xbox.
I figured.
You can watch the chat on Xbox, but you can't comment.
Oh my gosh. Russ just got a water balloon thrown at his butt.
Oh,
Yeah. The kids are outside playing water
Why,
balloons.
Bella?
Yeah, Bella's outside. Russell, just come inside, babe. Yeah, I see that. Oh my god.
Cold.
evade, Russ. Evade.
Oh, I mean, you can't even see you.
Russ.
Can't even see it.
I say I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at Russ's butt.
Yeah, Russ's butt.
They got me with a water balloon.
On your butt.
Yeah. On my back.
Nice shot, Bella. Nice shot.
It was actually Bella's friend.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they're all waiting outside for me. Like, if I go outside, I'm toast.
Oh man. Well, I was hoping you would come back because Colin was yelling, but he's fine now.
Oh, I'm wondering, is our chat messing up?
Why?
I don't know. I keep saying the chat's messing up on my phone here for some reason.
Mine's
when I'm
fine.
trying- Okay.
I think
Cool.
you're just going insane, babe.
Alrighty.
Jeff's still on.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Charlotte, just chill. Oh,
So-
Charlotte's wet.
What was that,
I
Ross?
see. I seen on your, was it the last post,
Mm-hmm.
that cabin, the hotel you were at, or the cabin?
Yeah, yeah.
Where was that at?
It was it's between Silverton and Durango, Colorado.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's
Those look awesome.
Okay,
it's huge. It's like almost as big as our
I'll
house.
be right back.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah, I seen it had an upstairs and downstairs.
yeah, it's about 1,700, 1,800 square feet, something like that.
Yeah,
It's
that's awesome.
it's big. But yeah, so when we went up there, we were expecting to have internet because they say Wi-Fi, like high-speed internet and all this stuff. Problem is when we got up there, they literally that day, the previous day, and then until Friday of this week. So the whole time we were up there, they're working on putting fiber into the place, and so all the other internet was cut off.
Oh,
So we had like no internet. There was no way to like tell anybody that we weren't going to be able to post or anything like that. So our Friday, I never got to finish doing our Friday one last week. We never got to go live last week. We didn't, get our Tuesday one up on time this week. So
right.
it is what it is. It happens. But yeah, so I don't know where this thing went. We'll have to show it to people later or whatever. But
It's just a jewelry box that has chickens on the front.
yeah. So this guy that stopped
And it's
because
about yay big.
yeah, the guy who stopped because I knew it was our air filter when I finally stopped, but I didn't have any tools in the car to pull the two 10 millimeter bolts out to get to the air filter to take it out. So I had nothing. And finally, this one guy stopped and he asked if he was on the right direction to go to Durango. And I was like, yeah. I was like, would you happen to have a socket set or something with you? And he's like, yeah. So he pulls over and he helps us out. We get the air filter out. I was just going to drive with no air filter for a little while.
Hey, Adam.
Oh, what's up, Adam? So I was going to drive with no air filter, and we got it out and everything, and I'm like trying to give this guy money. And he's like, no, I can't take your money. Your money's no good. If I take money from you, then it was just a trade for service. I want the blessings that come with helping somebody out for no reason other
He's
than
like,
just
you're
helping.
taking my blessing
That's
if
cool.
I take the money.
Yeah.
You're taking my blessing.
And so I was like, well, if you're not going to take the money, I'm going to give it to your wife. And so I tried to give it to the wife, and she's like, get that crap out of my car. Like, throwing the money back at me. So what happens, instead of us trying to pay him, like, I was like, hey, your first drink's on me. That's what I was trying to say when you guys get to Durango.
Yeah.
But instead of us trying to give him something, he gave us this, like, jewelry box with 2 chickens on it. Old jewelry box.
Yeah.
He was just like, hey, you guys take this. It keeps falling down in this area. And I just, you know what? He's like, this will help you guys remember your horrible ordeal. And
That's cool.
isn't it?
That is really cool.
So even if this is not one part of our decor of our house, which it isn't, we're still keeping this thing somewhere in the house just for the reason of having a story.
That's a moment. That's a moment.
Adam is saying, hook 'em horns, something we don't understand. Cheers, cheers, cheers. And then I do not know what those last 4 are.
Oh, it's the smiley face with the little...
I can't see him.
Oh, the sick
know.
face person.
Oh, and those are zombies.
Yeah. He's saying that you're a zombie and you're sick. You look,
I feel like it. I need to go to bed.
yeah, they're zombies. By the way, Adam, mister, not hanging out with us this weekend. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. Yeah. But
Yeah, they're supposed to go golfing.
we were supposed to go golfing this weekend,
Right.
but then it changed from golfing to we might go shoot some of our guns. And then it changed from that to where we might go fishing now, but Adam is ducking out of all of them. Just so you all know.
Ooh, he's in trouble.
Adam.
No, he's
Adam.
got other stuff he's doing. He's got other stuff he's doing. I'm just giving him a hard time, but
He's used to it.
yeah.
But so what else? Oh yeah, the night before we were supposed to leave.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. Russ was so.
Colin. You said Cullen was.
Oh, he was so bad.
This was and I think I said it in the vlog too. This was probably the worst night. Hi, Mom. The worst night we had with him ever since he was born. Yeah.
Listen to Mom.
Yeah.
Listen to Mom.
Yeah. But yeah, take some NyQuil, go to bed. I took Dayquil all day, Mom. It's okay.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. But so Colin, he went to bed okay, but then he woke up right before we were gonna go to bed, which was like what 10:30.
I don't know.
I don't even remember, but he woke up crying and would not go back to sleep. Like I tried holding him, I tried doing my regular routine that I do with him when I put him to bed, and nothing was working.
It was like 2:30, 3 o'clock when he finally fell asleep.
Yeah, I even changed his diaper. Maybe it was bothering him or something. My gosh! Charlotte!
What happened?
She's wet! And she just shaked all over me.
My voice.
Oh my gosh!
Ethel, I'm coming to see you, Ethel.
Rob.
I can't
It
talk.
scared the hell out of me, Ashley.
She doesn't even have a voice to laugh at herself.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm beginning to think Mom is right.
Yeah.
Take some NyQuil, go to bed.
You're saying Rob to Ethel.
Oh my god. Well, anyways. Oh my gosh. I'm soaking wet now. But, so, Colin. Anyways, yeah, Colin. Ross was getting soapy out. He was just like, just let him cry to sleep. I'm like, that's not gonna work with him.
It
That's,
would have. Did you hear that?
It obviously did not work with him
Sorry.
that night.
I gotta go, guys.
Yeah,
Talk to-
yeah.
Okay.
No, you're a mediator right here, Rob.
No.
You're
That's
like,
why he wants to
go. You're like, no, I really gotta go.
Back is cold.
Not my fault.
Just got cold in here. I don't know why, but
But yeah, he was getting all PO'd at Colin, but
Well, I
and-
knew
Did
I
he have
had
a
to
bad-
drive for like.
well,
think he might
and
have
I
had
just
a
kept
bad
trying to
dream or
tell him. I
something.
said, if I do it in a certain way, he will go to sleep, and he wasn't believing me.
No.
Finally,
Yeah.
I finally did it. I finally said, screw it, I'm gonna do it my way. I'm just gonna go in there, and I slept on his floor, and he went right to sleep.
Well, you know what it was is if you looked at like the first like 15 seconds of our vlog was we had really bad thunder and lightning storm, really bad.
yeah.
We had those throughout the night until about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I think the lightning and thunder was keeping them up.
Honestly, I
Yeah,
didn't
might
hear
have
it.
I heard it.
No, after it went away, because it went north of us and to the east,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear it after we went back
At
inside.
like 1 o'clock to almost 2, there was another one that went by. I could hear it, but
But normally he doesn't wake up to fireworks, to thunderstorms. Yeah, Mom.
Exactly.
He's missing you.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was a rough night, and then we had to drive. I think we had 11 hours of actual drive time the next day, which with a 20-month-old and a 9-year-old.
Yeah, and I drove us to Missoula that first half of the morning, and then he drove the rest of the way. So he got his hour and a half nap
Maybe.
in. It wasn't a restful nap, but it was a rest.
A nap. Yeah.
It was a nap. And I think that's what gave him his adrenaline back to drive the rest of the way.
Oh, I was dragging by the time.
Oh, yeah.
So we drove all the way from here in Coeur d'Alene, North Idaho, all the way down to Provo, Utah. This is where we stayed the first night. And did you see how close I got to the power line, Rob?
Yes, I seen that.
Oh my gosh, it was so close.
Yeah. He didn't have his alarms on to be able to see that.
I didn't have my alarms on. I still had everything set from the one wedding I just did. And so everything was like I wanted to be able to go.
Oh, you had all the alerts off.
Yeah, I had all of them off. So it was. Yeah, it was. And the thing is
Hey, my brother.
I don't know that it would have alerted me anyways, because that wire was pretty small, actually.
But when you're that close and it takes up almost 3/4 of the frame, you know you're that close.
I was that close. I mean,
he was what, like
I am
2 inches
surprised
away,
you
said?
didn't hit that. I'm surprised.
I don't know. I would say my camera got less than 6 inches away, which, with the prop spinning around and everything, like, I couldn't have been more than, inch or two.
Take some Dayquil, party all night.
Party all night.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
You know how I roll, Adam. You know how I roll.
But yeah, it was one of those things where after it was done, I was just like, all right, I'm done for the day. Bring her back.
Yeah.
Put her
His
down.
heart was like this. When he came back to me, he was like, oh my gosh, Ashley, you gotta see this video that I took with my drone, but I almost hit this power line. I'm like, is everything okay?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah.
Well, it wasn't even the power line. It was like a guide wire on the top of the poles for some reason, because they had the power, the neutral, and they had a cable wire down here. And when I was I looked up and I just kind of briefly, I was like, okay, so it's about blah blah blah. And I got the height kind of in my head and stuff. I didn't even see the guide wire at first, and it's like all the cables are down here. The guide wire is like at the very top of the pole, which is like 10 feet above the rest of the wires. So I thought I was above all the rest of the wires. And then I see it on my screen, and I'm like, oh! And then I look up, I'm like, oh my gosh! If that wire is that thin, and it took up that much of my screen, I had to have been...
Okay, Ashley, that's weird. When you guys do that, that is weird as heck. Because it's like, Ashley's
Mine's
hand
better.
becomes small.
I know, doesn't it? And mine gets big.
Yeah.
It's just entertaining right now.
Hi, Rob.
Get that off me. Oh, wait, no, it's like this. Wait. Rob, I'm poking your head.
Hey. Stop it.
Don't make me come up there.
Don't make me. But Friday, I had the same moment when I was flying on base.
Oh, yeah?
I had my drone started to fly away.
Ooh.
I was coming back. I was up over the bluff, and I was at 600 feet, and I was bringing it back. 600, well, we'll say 200 HEL, because I was on top of the bluff. So,
Yeah.
I was coming back, and I wasn't paying attention to the display. I was like, oh, well, I'm just coming back. It'll be fine. All of a sudden, I look, and my drone starts going off in the other direction. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, no kidding.
And
so was it responsive at least?
It said that the controller had lost connection.
Oh no.
So I spun around and came in line of sight with the drone, and it connected back, and it finally came back.
So
It
it
scared
was
the
just
hell
going
out of
away
me.
from you?
What?
Yeah, it just started going away.
Even though there was like, it didn't say, oh, there's no controllers. It's just like, oh, no controllers. I'm just gonna fly away. I'm gonna be free.
I'm just gonna go wherever I want to. Yeah.
Well, and usually
exactly.
if they disconnect, if they're gonna fly anywhere, it's back to home.
Yeah, and before I took off from where I was, it said the home point is set.
Yeah, home
Go
point
back.
has been activated.
But it started going back to the original point that I had started at.
Weird.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Adam.
it was weird.
That's I've never had a flyaway on a drone. Oh yes, I have. My
your first vlogs.
Oh no, that was it. It wasn't that it flew away. It just disconnected. It never connected again.
Yeah.
So my first, what was it? My third or fourth video ever on YouTube.
Yeah.
Is me doing a test of how far my drone will go, because that's what everybody does,
and
right?
of course, your first one of these kind of flies, you have to fly it over water. Right?
Yeah, well, I didn't have to fly it over water, but I wanted to, because usually signals will bounce off the water better. You'll get more distance. But I had it completely disconnected, and it never reconnected.
Oh.
And I was about 5 minutes out or so. Been flying for about 5-6 minutes on sports mode. So I was like 7,000 feet away. I know. I was in line.
It was on a Mavic?
Yeah, it was on my Mavic Air.
Mavic?
The one I still have. But it was on my Mavic Air. I was like 7,000 feet away. And it's like the aircraft has disconnected.
Yeah.
And
that's
then,
what I got too, before it started to shoot off. I'm like, well, why don't they build into the software, if it loses connection, stop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why doesn't it stop? You know?
Yeah,
Oh,
Joel, drones don't float very well. There are some that do, but not mine. It wouldn't have floated
some.
very well. So I'm sitting here, Rob, and it took 9.5 minutes to come back because it wasn't against wind, but there was a crosswind, I guess.
Yeah.
And so it took 9.5 minutes. It felt like 20. I thought it was gone because it like disconnected. I never saw it again until I was like starting to pack up my stuff. Like, oh, I guess it's never coming back. And then literally I hear it go, zzz, and it starts dropping. And it just came.
So
right
it found
back.
the home point.
It went right to the home point. Took 9.5 minutes to get there, but man, I was like, whew, this thing is awesome.
Yeah, because when I got the drone back, the file was corrupt that I was recording. So it's the classic DJI corrupt file. If it loses connection, it'll corrupt.
Correct.
So I had to go through the whole rigmarole of fixing the file, and I seen that it was going straight in. It came down and started to go straight into the bluff. And I just happened to catch it. I just happened to catch it at the right moment, and I turned it around and came back to me. It's like, oh, yeah.
Man.
The one person we need to get drones involved with is my brother. He's very technically savvy, so I think drones would fit him to the T.
He could probably, with like 2 weeks of understanding drones, build one. I mean, the guy already builds electronic stuff and everything all the time.
He builds so many things. He did in college, and yeah, now he works for Honeywell.
I've been thinking about the whole FPV thing. I mean, everybody on Drone Hub is talking about it. Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In college.
There's a time and place for everything, Joel, and that's college.
This one time in college? Because he was in band camp, so that doesn't count for him.
We're not going to go the whole band camp thing, are we?
Oh, he's been there.
He wasn't a flutist, was he?
No, worse. Saxophone.
He was saxophone. He actually plays saxophone really, really well.
He got Best Soloist Award in the state. And another one, Joel, you'll have to write it down. I forget what it was. But yeah, his senior year, he got really decent awards for playing a saxophone. He was phenomenal. And,
good. Yeah, that's awesome.
Joel, I don't know. Do you still play anymore?
But yeah, so I guess he built a drone, but it was a complete automated program system flight.
It didn't have a controller.
Yeah.
Oh, he just has it completely automated.
But that's cool. But yeah, and then so Rob, have you done some weddings before then?
I've done a couple of weddings, and they've always asked me, well, why don't you film during the ceremony? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Because just a couple of weeks ago on the base, we had a memorial service for somebody that had passed away.
Yeah. And
one of the PR guys said, well, Rob, why don't you throw your drone up while we do the ceremony? And I'm like, you know what? This is a memorial ceremony.
Yeah.
Love you too, Ashley.
That's to my brother.
But and I said, no.
Oh, God.
Sorry, Rob.
Well, wait a minute. Kenny G is awesome.
He is pretty good.
I gotta say.
But my brother's saying he's better.
Yeah.
But they wanted a drone up during a memorial.
During a memorial service, and I was like, you know what?
A memorial is way more like.
Yeah.
Even more so.
It was quiet. Nobody was saying anything, and even with I had my Spark, and even if I were the Spark's not that noisy.
No.
But even that, it was just too. No, I said no.
It would have been really controversial.
Yeah.
You're either going to be too high to see anything, or too close to.
Or too close, and everybody's going to be looking behind them, going, "What's that?" You know.
Yeah.
I would have never imagined a drone at a memorial, though. Like.
Well, this was on one of the employees at our base had just passed away at work.
Okay.
Oh man.
So they were having a memorial service for him. And it they had the whole flag lowering and all that kind of stuff, and they
Oh,
wanted to
gotcha.
catch it on drone. And I was like, no,
Probably
that's
not the
too
best.
personal. No.
Well, the thing is if I was to be making a video of like either the memorial that you're doing, like a drone video, memorial that
Yeah.
you're doing, or like with weddings and stuff, you can't have it all be aerial. You have to
No.
break it up with some ground
No.
footage, or it just
You've got it.
it gets monotonous. It doesn't matter what you're
Yeah.
looking at; it gets monotonous. It's kind of like you have one layer when you're standing on the ground taking video. Well, if
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
doing drone footage, I'm still
How am
only
I gonna be
capturing
doing-
one layer. If I do stuff on the ground and in the air, that's what makes it so unique and
Well, and
great
that's
is
why
that you
we
can
broke-
do both.
We broke up the wedding that way too.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And
The-
so
the
that's why
first
the
half-
memorial, do stuff on the ground, and then before or after or whatever. If you were, I'm saying if you were filming this like for a client, not somebody
Right,
you work
right.
with, but do stuff on the ground while they're actually doing like the service, and then
Yeah.
stuff in the
And
air
then do the-
beforehand, and like the cars
When we
coming
were
in
doing
or
the
leaving.
practice or something like that.
Yeah.
When we're doing the practice or something like that.
Yeah, the
Right.
cars coming in and leaving and stuff is great for the drone to do. But
Oh yeah.
that's
You broke up a wedding? What are you talking about, Adam? He flew.
no.
His drone
Ashley was
had a
saying we broke up. That's how we broke it up that way with the wedding. We broke up the wedding that way.
Oh gosh,
We didn't break up the wedding.
my brain is smushed because of all this
Yeah.
snot.
Ashley ran up the aisle and was like, "Marry me instead."
Yeah.
Russell tells me to shush.
And also when you're the only person doing the video, it's hard to do video and fly at the same time.
Yes, well, that's
So-
why I have her do the ground footage. But I'll tell you what, though, when we were doing this wedding, we were competing with another videographer and a photographer. That's interesting. That's an interesting dynamic that
can
I
get
never
iffy.
thought.
That can
it
get
was a
iffy,
little,
yeah.
It wasn't. I shouldn't say it was dramatic because it wasn't dramatic. It was just.
Difficult.
It was difficult trying to stay out of their way while they're trying to stay out of our way.
That's the thing. They weren't really trying to stay out of our way.
Oh yeah, they didn't care.
We tried to
at
stay
all.
out of their way, but it was like the moment I had the people doing a shot, the photographer came in and wanted to take pictures. It's like, well, okay, so in my shot, there's somebody going like this.
Yeah, exactly.
The only time she wasn't
when
in
I'm
your way was at the end.
videotaping.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm videotaping and they'll have a photographer taking pictures during the ceremony, and they're right up in their faces
Mm-hmm.
while the ceremony's going, and I'm like, dude, back off. You've got a telephoto lens.
Yeah.
You don't have to get in their face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, when I'm taking, pictures and stuff during the actual ceremony, like, I walk right up to them, I try the ring on myself, hand it back to them, and,
Oh my gosh, Russell. You're such a dork.
lift up the veil, kiss the wife first, then look at mine, and then start running,
Get a shot of the garter before it comes
Yeah.
it comes off.
Oh,
before it comes
wow.
off, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, have the way that the groom actually gets the garter off is just have like
Yeah, exactly.
like three of my drones going at the same time and blow the dress up or
Oh
whatever.
my gosh. You guys are terrible.
I know.
no.
We are bad.
Ashley, we are males.
I
Yes.
know. I'm married to one and I have one. Yeah.
Yeah, our son is turning into a boy more and more every day too.
Oh my gosh. Yes. He's still a mama's boy though. And I love it.
Yeah.
He'll always be a mama's boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will always be a
Once
mama's
a mama's boy, always a mama's boy.
boy. Mhm.
But he loves his dad though. Terrible.
He
Oh, yeah.
does. Yes, we play around and mess around. He likes to wrestle. I mean, he's at 1.5. He already loves to wrestle.
No, he loves to rustle.
He loves to rustle.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
But
Again,
good
good night. Good night, folks.
Yeah.
Good night, folks. Thanks for coming. Dinner's on Russ tonight.
Yeah.
Make sure you fill out your drink card. Good night.
Yeah.
Joel, that's not blonde. It's called a joke. Oh my gosh.
No, I think that's called a joke. Your hair is a joke.
No,
what
that's
it is.
blonde.
Oh,
Yeah, it's funny.
oh, that's funny.
Oh.
What? Watching him cry is funny.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, by the way, and everybody will see this video. I'm going to try to get it done editing tonight. We'll see. But our video for tomorrow, if we don't post it tomorrow, it might be tomorrow evening. But I'll try to get it done tomorrow, or try to get it done tonight so we can post tomorrow. But we did not make it up the mountain all the way.
No, it sucks.
I was on the way up there. I was having really bad asthma problems, and so then when I get 10,800 feet in elevation and then having to climb, and it's a pretty steep climb.
It was.
I was having a rough time. Everybody was having a rough time. Ashley was the one who was like,
"Come on, guys, let's go. Let's do this. Come on."
So you've rested for 3 seconds. Are you good to go?
Good.
Well, we every like 100 yards or so, we would stop and then take a 5-minute break.
I had to. I was messed up. My asthma was doing pretty bad.
Well, and I understood. Like, I was totally like on his side, but I had just all this adrenaline. I'm like, "Come on, honey, toughen up, honey. You can do it." Like, he didn't really express to me how bad it was. Like, he said, "No, I'm doing pretty bad," but I never know that with him. He's always pretty like.
I was trying to get myself. I was like, if I can take this slow, we can do this. But then we got to what's called Spencer Basin, which is basically just past halfway as far as distance.
And it's the flat point before the rest of the peak.
Yeah.
It looks flat, but it's actually really not.
Yeah. Well, you get to this certain point and it just kind of looks hilly.
It's a big bowl, but
But-
there was so much snow up there. There was places where there was still 12 feet or 13 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And there's usually on this mountain, when we climb this mountain, there's like one area of snow that's about maybe the size of maybe an acre, half an acre in size, that's got some snow that's like coming off the really steep part of the cliff off the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
And that's about it. There's no snow anywhere else. But in this place, there was probably a 3 or 4 square mile area that had more snow than land on it.
Yeah, and let me just add, 33 people participated in this climb, and only 6 of them made it to the peak.
Oh.
And of those 6, 4 of them were teenage kids who are in
They were
track.
just like, zoom, like way past us.
4 of them are
like, okay.
teenage kids who are in track. And of those 4 teenage kids who are in track, 2 of them have climbed Mount Whitney, Mount Shasta, Mount Rainier, and 3 other 14ers in the States.
Oh.
So they're used to it, as well as their dad, who was one of the other person. And then the 6th person who made it up, because it was that one guy and his 4 kids. The 6th person who made it up was my cousin, or second cousin, who is an Olympic mountain bike racer.
Oh wow.
So, and he could probably have jogged the thing.
So, all very well-built people. Like,
Yeah, nobody else made it up.
my sister-in-law and her husband made it, what?
Within about, they said they were about 300-400 yards away from the top.
Yeah, and I think I could have probably been right there with them.
Yeah, she could have. She was
Yeah.
trying to get me to go, and the thing is we also had Bella with us, and she's
Yeah.
9,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
that's
And
a rough
I wanted
hike
to
for
stay
a
with my
9-year-old.
Yeah,
family,
that's-
you know.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. She doesn't have the lung capacity to try and
No,
get up there.
and she has mild asthma too. Not
Yeah.
as bad as
Oh, does she?
me, but yeah, she
Yeah.
does. It was an interesting climb. It was fun, and
but
I
he
mean,
did get drone footage.
I got drone footage all the way to the top.
Oh, did you?
Oh
Yeah.
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 Sweet.
I was
is
about
Gotta
we
see
were
that.
about I don't know 3/4 of a mile as a crow flies from the top.
Yeah, but by the way, we didn't stop because of his asthma. Well, he says he probably wouldn't have been able to go any further anyway.
Much further, yeah.
Yeah, much further. But we actually, the rule is if you hear thunder, you have to head back down. Like,
Yeah.
that's the rule. Because you're so close
Oh,
to
really?
the clouds.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
because these mountains are made out of iron.
Yeah. Well, and you're so
Oh,
close to the clouds, like, the clouds are, like, right there. So
Yeah.
if you hear thunder, just head right back down.
Yeah, but I mean the clouds are made out of iron, and iron is pretty conductive of electricity, and so when there's lightning, it hits the top of these mountains.
Yeah.
It hits these ridges all day, every day.
And we got hit by some pretty good hail. Oh, my gosh. It hurt.
Well, and the reason why that hail hurts is because the air is thinner, so it's able to fall faster.
Jeez.
And so we had like almost penny-sized hail coming down and hitting us in thin air, and it was hitting us about twice as fast as it would like at sea level.
Yeah, and I had Bella on this side of me, so the hail was going sideways, so it wasn't hitting her as much.
Yeah.
And oh my god, it kept hitting me on the back of the neck, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get welts on the back of my neck.
Shocking, Joel.
Yeah, I
He's-
just see that from
yeah.
Joel.
He's so punny.
I don't
Funny.
think he believes you.
Yeah.
I don't think Joel believes you.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is so I was having asthma problems, and when the hail started, her and Bella started booking it, left me in the dust, and I'm left in the dust like trying to come after them like that guy on, what is that, 2012 movie who's like trying to get into the awning, and then like big ice chunks are hitting him in the head, and he's like, ah. Okay, that might be just a little bit dramatic, but
Yeah.
I can see that. I
Yeah.
can see that.
but that hail was large enough, and it was coming down fast enough that it was not feeling very good through a hat. Like through a hat, it was like
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I had my windbreaker on and a sweatshirt and a cami, and like I was warm the whole time until that storm hit, and I was just like that.
And you're all of
that
a sudden
hail,
you're cold.
Oh yeah, immediately cold.
Yeah. But the mountain's 13,402, and we were around 1,000 feet from the top, give or take 100. Well, actually, I should know. It was 1,075
Yeah, you flew your drone.
when my
so-
drone went to the top, and it was 1,075 at the top. Maybe I was 15 feet above the top or whatever. But from where I lifted off, not AGL.
Right.
AGL, I was like 15 feet off the top of the mountain. But I the great thing is my drone, there's like no Wi-Fi signals, because the Mavic Air is all flown Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
There's no Wi-Fi signals, cell phone signals, nothing up there.
So you got nothing to compete with it.
Nothing.
So
I was
clean signal.
almost 3/4 of a mile away, and I mean, first of all, I could see the drone because it was all white clouds. The drone, like, usually you get that far away with a drone, it's like I could see it.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
the
the
other
air's
thing
pretty
is
thin up there, so
yeah. Well, I also I have pretty good eyesight usually,
Well, he got LASIK done.
but it's
so.
the only thing moving. It's the only thing moving along the ridge, and I knew exactly where I was along the ridge, and so it was the only thing moving.
Yeah.
But the other thing is like, I was 15 feet from those guys, and I was getting perfect, like right near the ridge. Usually, if you're right near a ridge or something, you'll start getting a little bit of,
buffeting.
yeah, your signal's not as good. I had 4 bars of signal, almost 3/4 of a mile away.
Wow.
And
Wow.
Full signal.
I don't know if my mom is still on, but Mom, if you are, you would have loved the scenery here, and the only thing she wouldn't like was the bugs. They were-
And the drive up that pass, she would have.
Oh
She
yeah!
wouldn't have made
Oh
it.
my gosh! Yeah! Oh gosh! There was this one part that, like, I'm not afraid of heights myself. I used to climb mountain rocks all the time.
Mhm.
But there was this part of this pass where there was no side rail, and it was just road and then cliff.
Yeah. It's called the $1
And-
Million Highway because back when they built it in the 60s and 70s, it was $1 million per mile to build it.
Yeah. And
Wow.
when I say I'm not afraid of heights, I say that because this road actually made me nervous. Like, it was that bad. And I can just picture my mom in the passenger seat going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah, no guardrails, no curbs, and there
Yeah.
are times where the edge of the road, it's like concrete built up because there's not enough rock face, and it just
Oh.
goes down like 200 feet,
Oh yeah.
and you can see old cars
Ouch.
down there from people who. No,
No, you-
seriously, there are.
Really?
Oh yeah, from like all the
Oh,
way
I didn't look.
long time ago,
They didn't
old
pick 'em
cars
up?
from the 70s and 80s and all that stuff. We'd have to have
They
stopped.
went over it.
Aw.
People who went over,
But
people who
Rob-
went over, and they don't get the cars back out.
What'd you
Obviously,
say,
they
Rob?
get the people.
No, that I can believe that because Pikes Peak was the same way.
Yeah,
Oh.
Pikes Peak has the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, if anybody wants to look, what is it called? Red Mountain Pass. Look it
Yeah.
up. That's the
Joel?
pass we went over.
You don't drive 5 over the speed limit. You drive 20 over the speed
Yeah,
limit.
honestly, I would freak out, Joel, if you were going 5 over the speed limit too, because I'd be like, "Who gave this guy a conscience when he drives?" Oh.
Where's
I'm in-
Rob at?
I'm in Wisconsin, 84.
Wisconsin.
Yep,
I'm a
Have
cheesehead.
yep. He's cheesy.
Do you have the accent with Rob?
Just a little bit cheesy.
No, he doesn't have it. He doesn't put people in the wood chipper. Oh, no,
Wood
that's
chipper?
no. Let's see. That's me saying a Fargo thing with a Boston accent. I'm terrible. Put him on the wood chipper.
We're not from Fargo.
No.
But yeah, some of these pictures that we got of the mountain will have to go onto our.
Yeah, I will have. In fact, I'm going to get rid of probably half of these slideshow pictures because people have seen them,
Well,
and
we
put
have,
some of our other pictures
on there.
on there.
One on there, I see. It just turns yellow.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I noticed that too, but
Did we lose one?
I love cheese as well. You guys, by the way,
Everybody
Joel
loves
loves cheese.
and they also have tons of lakes. Now I know Minnesota is
I
land
love
of
how you
1,000
just ignored
lakes.
what I just said.
What?
Yeah, my brother does like funny, like I don't know,
Voices?
voices. And so we used to pass by what's that cheese factory down south in Washington?
Tillamook?
Tillamook. Yeah, and every time we passed by a cow, he'd do this funny voice, and he'd just say cheese in this high pitched voice, and it was just you'd have to be there.
Cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's me trying to emulate Joel. He does it a little better, than that, but yeah. Cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I've seen him do it.
Yeah. My brother, he lives in Missouri right now.
Hey, there's people
Missouri?
who live in Missouri.
Oh, they'll probably
Misery.
all say it's Missouri.
It's misery.
She calls it misery because he wants to be
Well,
elsewhere.
he calls it misery.
Fine. Well,
Yeah.
they had some really bad weather.
They did. Oh yeah, Joel,
Recently.
tell me all about it. Did you have a
Ozark?
tornado or anything over there? I wanna know.
They didn't have a tornado, but they did have an oil-nado.
Did they have a sharknado?
Well, I mean, that's what was in the oil.
Oh yeah, my brother says I miss home. Yeah. Yeah, no, he lives in Missouri and he does want to come back home, but he's waiting for his boy to get to a certain age. I think, I'm not sure.
Graduate.
Well,
Yeah.
but oh, he said no NATOs, just high winds.
Yeah. Well, kids, it's after 10 here.
Oh, boo.
I know.
Wait, I have to know what... Oh, go ahead.
I'm the party pooper, so I have to go.
That's fine. We're probably going to be on here for maybe another 15 minutes or so anyways.
I can't talk much anyways, so it's okay.
Actually, I hope you feel better.
I will.
But
Take
before
care.
you go, Rob, I have to know, official beer, what's the rest of your shirt say?
Oh, I don't know if you watched Wesco. He's a YouTuber
Uh-uh.
out drinking near state since 1880,
48.
1840.
Nice.
Cool
Oh,
taste
the
tester.
Official beer taste
Nice.
tester.
Ooh, I want to wear a shirt like that and just walk into a brewery and be like, I
Give me
smell 83 IBU.
Give me your best Pilsner.
Yeah,
He likes his IPAs.
I do actually really
I
like
know
IPAs.
you like your IPAs, and I'm not much on the IPAs.
Me neither.
Really?
I
See,
don't like
look,
coffee.
I actually have one. Gotcha. Hey, there's one right. This
Yeah.
one's okay. I wasn't super fond of it.
Yeah.
What's funny is when I was pregnant with Colin, I smelled every beer that he had. And it didn't even have to be the beer itself. It could have just been his breath. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I had a beer. I craved beer when I was pregnant. It was so crazy. And he's like, do you want a sip? And I'm like, I never turned down a sip. And
Yeah, but yeah,
you
she
can
would have a sip every now and then.
You can have a sip. When
Yeah.
you're pregnant, you can have a sip. In fact, the doctors even say you can even have a half a glass of wine a week.
Which she never
Yeah.
really did that. But
No, I did it once on my third trimester, and I was just like, I can't. I just gotta. Because it was such a stressful day at work. Oh my gosh.
my favorite beer is wet. That's what Adam says.
Well, 84. My favorite beer is an open beer.
Yeah. So
Open
you
beer.
guys are about the same.
Yeah. I sip
All right.
beer too.
All right. Well, hey, Rob, have a
All
good
right.
night. Thanks for coming on.
Good night.
Appreciate it.
Rob, have a good
Glad
night.
you guys had an awesome vacation.
We
Good
did.
to see you guys back again.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward to that video, Russ. I
Yeah.
am.
I will be like I said, I'll be posting the rest of our trip hopefully tomorrow morning, but if not tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
And then also, like I said, I'm gonna make an actual drone video on my drone channel about the mountain as well and stuff. So
All right. So we'll see you guys again.
sounds
Yeah.
good.
Take care.
See you, Rob.
Bye, Rob.
Good night.
So, all the rest of you who are still on, which are a few, Joel, my mom, Adam, whoever else that hasn't shown your face or your name.
Yeah,
in
I
this
think
case.
I think Justin might be on still, but he might be eating dinner. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Push
yeah,
that like
everybody,
button.
yes, hit that like button. We appreciate you guys coming in tonight. We'll be on for a few more minutes, probably I would say 10 or 15 or so, something like that. And then we'll say goodbye to you guys all. You have any more stories you want to share of our trip?
Our hotel, our last hotel that we stayed at, a Holiday Inn in Pocatello, was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
I give them
really
props.
good. The breakfast was really good. The eggs weren't. Sometimes you either get
I didn't have
undercooked
the
or
eggs.
overcooked eggs. No, they had the omelet, the cheese omelet things.
Oh,
They were good.
well, you know what the eggs are at hotels, though, hon?
Cartons.
Yeah, they're from a carton.
Yuck. But
They're
anyways,
still real eggs. It's just
24-hour pool.
yes, that was the craziest thing. I have worked at 2 hotels in my past, and I've never heard of a hotel having 24-hour pool. Like, they always close down at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
And I had a cannonball contest with 2 kids, both of them jumping at the same time, and I still won. I didn't belly flop, but I did back flop, and I just about got their mom soaked.
Oh, you're so mean.
I know.
Oh,
But yeah, it was, don't do that.
I know. I'm
But-
so tired.
It might have been a biased judge because Bella was the judge, and she said my splash was much bigger than those kids. But to be fair, I think both these kids put together might have weighed 100 pounds. They're basically both a little smaller than Bella, each.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, but I won. I totally beat them. I'm not even sad. I don't even feel bad about it.
But what about you, babe?
What about me?
Do you have anything to add?
Yes. So we will be going back and doing this climb. The family thing is supposed to, usually it's every 5 to 7 years, and it has been 22 since the last one. Yeah, exactly, Adam. If you aren't first, you're last, and those 2 kids were both last. But we're gonna be doing this again in, I think I have
5
it
or
planned
6
for
years?
6 years from now, 2025.
Yeah, and it's all of Russell's mom's side of the family.
Yep.
Who are ancestors to, what's his name, Rhoda?
Yeah, Franklin Rhoda.
Franklin Rhoda.
In fact, there's a book that it's made off of his writings, his memoirs or whatever, that was published.
Something else for him to look for, you guys.
Yep. I don't even know where it is. It's in my drawer of abyss. I'm not going to do that. I won't look for it because I know it will be a while before I found it.
Yep.
But, yeah, Franklin Rhoda, he was a surveyor for the government back in the 1870s? 78? Something like that.
Don't look at me. It's your family.
I know. But yeah, Adam, you're in the will. You're going next time. You can totally go. There was a couple other families that had friends go with them.
There was?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
the Schaefers.
Kim.
Yeah, Kim, the lady who was first responder or whatever that went
Yeah,
up and stuff.
she was a friend of a family member. She was nice. I liked her.
Yeah, we can go party, Adam. Oh wait, no, that's Joel.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Joel, let's go party. I mean, we're Donna party like it's 1999. Did you see what I did there? We're Donna party like it's 1999.
He's gonna hurt you.
He is gonna hurt me. I love it.
He said get a few cheap drones and shoot it out of the sky first.
If you can hit this, I have a white one that it doesn't even have GPS control, so it's
I
just
hate
all
you,
over the
Russ.
place. But I have this one up here. We might be able to shoot that one down. It's kind of not really good anymore. Sorry, Joel, I had to. I know, I promised I wouldn't anymore, but that just had to happen. I didn't explain it, at least, right? And let's see. Yeah, so Joel's going to have to come up here. And Adam, you totally are welcome to go on the next climb. It's a rough climb, though. It's a rough climb.
You have to be fairly fit, if not fit.
Well, you don't really have to be, but it's really important to acclimate yourself for a couple days. And we got up there like a day and a half before the hike, whereas last time I did this hike, we were up there for almost 4 days before the hike.
Sorry, Adam. I have an excuse, okay? It's called cold.
Drink.
I don't have any more.
Oh. But I can go get some of those bottles out of the cabinet. That was a rough night and
Let's
morning.
not do that again, okay? In fact, I think we only have like 2 left, and they're not very good.
Yeah, we were on with Pusa Studios, another YouTube group, and a lot of you guys probably know who they are that are watching. But
they're a great couple.
We drank a few with them.
Andy and
Andrew.
Oh my god.
Andrew and Ksenia.
Andrew and Ksenia.
And then they had another couple on, Janet and Grant.
And then
as well. Joe and Debbie and what was Joe's partner's name? What's her name? Anyways, a bunch of people. Yeah, Patty. That's right.
Yeah, she was funny. She was a little drunk.
Yeah, Joel, not acclimated. Yeah, 2 mile, and a 2 mile hike doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. But when you're doing it in elevation, it might as well have been a 15-mile run. Like that's what I probably could run 15 miles here before I could hike 2.5 miles there. Oh, the neighbors are out with their baby.
The new one, ones we never see.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. We have these neighbors across the street from us who we never see, and they've been like homebodies with their new babies for months.
Like 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
But anyways,
it's
I think next time we go, I want to get up there earlier so we can acclimate a little more.
Yeah, we want to fly down there.
The other thing is if I was not having asthma problems, I probably would have done a lot better.
Yeah. Well, and then we just found out that the sporting store has air.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah, we could have done that.
You guys were at 8,000. That's pretty high, Joel. So
from 600 to 8,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So our lodge was at 9,500 feet. Where we start the hike from is 10,300 feet because we had to start a little earlier than where we normally hike. So 10,300 feet, and we had to hike to 13,004. So it was like 3,100 feet of elevation climb and 3.4 miles, something like that, each way. So 7.2 mile or 6.8 mile hike round trip. Wow, I can't math today.
Adam, I bet you're right. That's probably what they're saying.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, well, hey, you guys, I think we're going to hang her up for the night, but thank you guys for coming in. Joel, thanks for coming on. Adam, thank you very much. Rob and Justin, who was in here earlier, and anybody else hanging out, Ashley's mom, Kim, anybody else who's hanging out that we aren't seeing. Yes, there's our child. Oh my gosh, it looks like his neck is broken.
He's just in an awkward position.
He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah.
Babies can bend more than we can. Uphill both ways in the snow. Whatever, Joel. We'll take you on this hike next time, Joel. How about that?
Yeah, Joel.
Yeah, Joel.
You never used to be so outdoorsy, and now you are. Like, what the heck?
Yep.
I'm still more outdoorsy than you.
Yeah, and Joel, we're going to make you take your saxophone up to the top and play it from the top.
Yeah.
And you're going to be playing Kenny G. That's actually not Kenny G, is it?
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. Well, hey guys, have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you guys all for coming in. We'll see you next week, but look for our vlog tomorrow morning. If it's not out tomorrow morning, don't hunt me down. It will be out tomorrow evening.
Yes.
See you guys. Have a good one.